Did you guys know Hitler was a vegetarian?
Really?
That's crazy.
I bet they don't say that at, like, you know, the farmer's market when they're trying to sell stuff. Like, no, do you know who else is a vegetarian? Hitler.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Smoke Break. This is the Shadow Grower. I'm here with
Butch.
I'm Catman.
And today we're going to be talking about some current topics, including some very bogus police cops. I'm very anti-cop, but first things first, let's get the Smoke Break rolling. Light it up, Catman.
Got the third joint I've ever rolled successfully. I rolled one when it wasn't here, sorry. But, here we go.
I don't think we light it successfully. My dude Catman knows how to roll them.
One thing I tried, you know, people roll their own cigarettes, and they have those tubes plug in the fan.
Yeah.
Might get a little noisy.
Some
Just
good
turn
shit.
it down to 1.
Alright, so let's discuss some current events. State trooper in Pennsylvania pulled over a young couple for going 5 miles over the speed limit. You're thinking, okay, standard traffic stop, right? The cop supposedly smelled weed. You've all heard that bullshit when we got pulled over. He ended up searching them, found a little bit of weed under her bra, whatever, pedestrian charge, misdemeanor, no big deal. He then searched the rest of the car and found a package wrapped in plastic and red tape. He assumed it was drug related, said he field tested it. Field test involved taking a slip and rubbing it, and it'll change colors if it's a illegal drug. Now, he stated that he field tested it and that it was cocaine. He took him in. They spent a month in jail before they finally got him to court, which is ridiculous in itself. When they got to court, they had to do an official lab test.
And they found that it was actually soap. Wrapped up in the whole saran wrap, whatever red tape stuff.
Bars of fucking soap, man.
Yeah.
They did a month in jail for bars of soap.
You okay, man?
Now, the point I want to get across to y'all is that he stated he did a field test. So he either lied or the field test is faulty. Honestly, I hope he was telling the truth, and we can disprove this bullshit tech they're using. Just try us on fucking drug charges. What do you guys think about this?
I think it'd be funny to be the guy in the lab. He's like, alright, do you just have some cocaine? Do they, well, you should ask that for me. He's like, well,
It's just
not cocaine. It's soap. Give me that shirt. I want that shirt again. We just cleaned.
Got the whole place set up. We're going to do a behind the scenes video. It's going to be more of a comedy than a serious thing if you saw my setup. But yeah, they're going to press charge on the guy. He's been suspended, not fired. Which either the equipment was faulty or he straight lied on a police report. But they'll just brush it off under the rug when someone finally forgets about it. I want to take a moment to discuss Dynasty. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on it.
Never follow it.
He said in an interview some possibly offensive things to the gay community.
Oh wait, I think I did see a Facebook post on that. It was just a quote thing.
He said something about the gay community that could be considered hateful. We'll probably post up the quote in this video.
In the article, Robertson says, quote, "It's not logical, my man. It's just not logical." He goes on to explain what he finds sinful, saying, "Start with homosexual behavior and just morph out from there. Bestiality, sleeping around with this woman and that woman and that woman and those men," he says.
Or put a link to it. But it could be considered hateful. And he got suspended from the show. A&E suspended him because he was not presenting the image they wanted to put out there. They need a representative of the company if you're on their show.
Which is fair.
#1 show in America with 14 million views at every episode.
You know, that's good for A&E, not being just, like, corrupted for their thing. They still have their own, like, values as far as, like,
Right.
their own image goes.
But people are getting upset because, so I guess an amendment, freedom of speech. Now, here's my take on it. He has the right to say whatever he wants. But the repercussion of him saying that is going to be that A&E is going to hear it and they're going to say, hey, this isn't what we're about. And we have the right to decide who's going to be on our show and how our show can be represented. So freedom of speech is still there. No one's mad that he said they're mad that he said what he said. Because now A&E is supporting the guy as anti-gay.
Yeah, and the Constitution, that wouldn't be anything, because it's not like he's, like, against his will getting fired. People can get fired for that kind of stuff if it's, like, actually offensive.
And it's a cable show, so it's a private company. They can hire and fire whoever they want for any
it's
reason.
a job. He's not, like, getting detained or in any actual trouble. He just got fired. That's
Right.
Same
Everyone's making a big deal out of it.
Same thing like sexual harassment.
I think, honestly, this is a diversion. It's just covering up major stories that are happening that we're not even paying attention to because everyone's talking about Duck Dynasty.
No one cares about actual stuff.
Right, there's some serious shit that's been going on, especially with budget-wise. And yeah, that's my issue on Duck Dynasty. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm tired of hearing news on a story that isn't a story. FBI, they're hacking webcams, they're producing a malware on computers,
Oh, yeah?
and they're able to look through your webcam without you knowing it's on. They have actually used that in report. There's recorded evidence that they have stated that they're hacking webcams and viewing into your house if needed.
See, there is a way to get around that, though. I personally don't know the specific settings for whatever operating system and junk you have. But there are definitely videos that'll say that let you go through and like permanently disable or like only allow you to have it on. And most webcams, at least at their laptop ones, the little light next to the camera will be on. And that
The malware they use doesn't turn the light on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So without giving any indication that it's on, they're watching you.
Well, yeah, I know you can disable it in like a setting.
They put a malware on it, it just does it. You can't even tell. I mean, yeah, I think it's a government, NSA. They're going to be pretty techy.
I'm saying the only way you can get around it is by just setting a permanent password. Or not that, and disabling it always when you're not using it.
But yeah, they're doing some crooked shit. NSA's been taking all that information on the phone companies.
What's that say? National
Security
Association?
Something like that. I don't know. All I know is they're just a bunch of nosy fuckers that just have nothing else to do. They waste so much money. They had a fucking World of Warcraft group.
Really?
And then the Federals they played World of Warcraft. Then they had to make a third group because the fucking FBI and the fucking CIA kept killing each other. So there's a third group to manage them. They're the management group.
Really? That's funny.
And they were attempting to catch terrorists. Guess how many they caught with that fucking system?
3.
0. Not
No,
shit.
3.
They even knew. They fucking knew about it.
They're just playing WoW?
Yeah, people playing World of Warcraft and they're like, these guys are fucking fed. They could tell like that.
That's ridiculous.
And they wasted years. Millions of dollars. No one got caught on games. No one.
That makes sense. Yeah, terrorists, like, alright, meet me in the inn.
Right. Now, like, Bono would that be?
Yeah.
I'd rather fucking email them.
I'll be the night elf mohawk sitting in the corner.
So I think we need to cut back on all this bullshit and let us have our fucking privacy.
I mean, obviously keep a watch for it, but don't, like, specifically
through
investigate.
everyone's phone calls and text messages.
Just check the major stuff. That's
And then lie about it in court, and then when some guy releases papers, lie about it again. 1.7 million documents some guy released from the NSA database. That's how we found out about the phone taps.
Yeah.
1.7 million documents. Alright, please like, subscribe, and comment. Don't be afraid to mention anything you want to discuss. DIYs, popular topics.
Talk about how to build some pieces eventually.
Politics, just hit us up. Later.
Alright.
See ya.